We have a few minutes left of this session, and we just want to sum it up a bit with some practical tips when it comes to sleep and circadian rhythm in particular. And so, of course, you've heard today about the importance of sleep, and if you don't sleep, how that really affects how you think, your cognition, your mood, and also your metabolism. So what can you actually do if you have problems sleeping? So some tips we want to share from our clinical practice. So stop taking caffeine or similar things, including most tea. I only recommend rooibos after lunch from South Africa. Daylight exposure early during the day is good for setting the rhythm right. Physical activity during the day, but not late in the evening. No nap during the day. Keep it cool and calm in your bedroom. And if you have difficulty sleeping, don't use screen time. That's TV, computer, iPhone, iPads, around 2 hours before sleeping. And if you do all of those things, and you still have difficulties to sleep, which is relatively common, you need to talk to a medical doctor. And if you have the Huntington's disease gene, you may already take drugs against chorea, for example, olanzapine, which has a well-known side effect of causing tiredness. So that can be a really good drug to take during the evening or night instead of in the morning, and that can help you sleep better. Other possible drugs are, for example, melatonin, which is it's really a natural hormone that we've heard about here today. Another drug is quetiapine, which really helps you calm down in the evening and can have good sleep-inducing effects. And then there's also pure sleep medications such as zopiclone, which often has a very good effect. So these are some practical tips we wanted to share with you. And with that, we'll see if we have just a few minutes left for some questions to our speakers. And I was wondering, Professor Kuriako, so do you have any additional tips on how one can affect the circadian rhythm in Huntington's disease?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, I think, as I said in my talk, basic sleep hygiene in the short term. And I mean, you've listed many of those things. I think you need to avoid blue light at night, especially the last couple of hours. And that's, computer screens, phone screens, because blue light is what regulates the circadian clock, and that's what wakes you up. So blue light in the morning is great, but blue light at night is very bad. So that's one obvious.
Yeah,
bright light during the day and real darkness at night is also, in training the clock, is very important because of the feedback effects it has with Huntington's people. So you really need to take basic sleep hygiene. In the long term, I think work with flies and mice will provide targets, more specific targets for manipulating things like channels that might be very important in sleep. And I'm quite excited by the work on autophagy and sleep and Huntington's, and that could also go a long way, because of course what you want to do is clearance. You want to clear out the aggregates, and that's what sleep does. It clears out the synaptic debris that you accumulate during the day. And it's very important for memory and cognitive functioning. So I think the next few years will be some very, very exciting work going on. And I think flies, in some ways, because it's so fast to work with flies, could lead the way.
Thank you very much. And then just a question to Sandrine. I was just wondering where you're taking your really interesting results as the next step in order to see whether this could be the therapeutic potential for HD in the clinic.
Yes, so right now there is a clinical essay who is engaged in Paris, in La Pitié-Salpêtrière, trying to do gene therapy using C46A1 on patients. So I think that the clinical essay should start maybe next year or in the 2 years. And right now, what we are focusing, as I said before, on liver X receptor, because they are nuclear receptor. And we try to synthesize some specific ligand of this liver X receptor, which would be easier, of course, for patients, for example, to have a ligand of this elixir receptor as compared to gene therapy, which is more invasive for sure. So right now we're trying to first prove that elixir receptor could be neuroprotective in HD, and why not to synthesize some specific liver X receptor specific from the brain, because in the brain there are, well, the whole body, we have several isoforms of elixir, the alpha and beta, and we just want to target beta because beta is very enriched in the brain and not in the peripheries to avoid secondary effect. But yes, I am a preclinical woman. I work on mouse. So yeah, I try to make the proof of concept on mice, and then, yeah, hopefully in patient later.
Great, thank you, very exciting. And so I think with that, the time is up. And so we really want to thank the speakers for giving such great talks on these super interesting aspects in Huntington's disease. Thank you all for viewing. And so now there's a time for a short break until the next session. So see you in Bologna next time.
Yeah, I want to join Rosa in thanking everybody. And the organizers have asked me to relay the information that the next session will start 5 minutes late. So we have a little bit of few more minutes of our break back. So, and yeah, of course, I thank all the participants very much as well. Thank you. Very exciting.